Hey everybody, it's Joy. Hello to returning friends and welcome if you are new. If you enjoy today's video, let me know by hitting that like button or leaving me a comment. If you'd like to enjoy more of my videos, please subscribe and ring that little bell. Now on to today's video. Welcome to an empty map, and that means a new city. Thank you for being here. I am so excited to take the concept of the 15-minute city and use it as a framework to build a pedestrian utopia using Cities Skylines. So you might be asking yourself, what is a 15-minute city? To put it in its most simplest form, a 15-minute city is a city where you can walk or bike to anything you could ever need or want within 15 minutes. Instead of having a car-centric city, which is pretty usual in Cities Skylines and in real life, I want to create a pedestrian utopia that prioritizes bikes and walking and of course public transit. Building with this framework is going to create its own set of challenges in CS, and I am excited for it. If you'd like to learn more about 15-minute cities, I will link some podcasts, some YouTube videos, some articles below from much smarter people than me that hopefully you will find interesting. Okay, on to the build. I'm going to show you guys the mods that I'm using. As promised, this is an ultra lightly modded build. So here you go, this is it. And a lot of this is used for filming. This is all I'm going to be using, and I am going to be using a small handful of assets, mostly zonable pedestrian and bike roads. But let's take a look at this map by Eggsy. It is gorgeous. I do have the 81 tiles, so we can build wherever we want. But I am going to start in the start square. Oh, and the map and theme are both by Eggsy, and they are linked below in the description. Okay, so for this first section, or this first initial road layout of our 15-minute city, I'm going to build a couple of micro neighborhoods. And something I found interesting when I was researching 15-minute city is there's actually neighborhoods that not only discourage through traffic, there's really no way to have through traffic. You can only enter and exit a neighborhood like on the west side or the east side. And I found that really fascinating. So we're going to build these micro neighborhoods. They're not going to have any through traffic. They'll only be connected through pedestrian roads or pathways. And I'm not sure how this is going to work in CS, but it's going to be fun to see. So we're just creating a nice square here, and this first area will be gridded. It's a nice easy start. As you know, when you start a city, having a grid is really helpful. Now these are some really cool zonable pedestrian roads I found in the workshop. They're going to be really helpful for us, and I love the red color on them. It's also just going to make things really easy to know what is a pedestrian road and not. And these other roads I got are these really nice suburban streets, and they have lovely patch of grass and a nice sidewalk. We'll get an up close view in a bit. I'll show you guys. They're really, really nice. So you can see there's no through traffic, none. Here we come to the best part of starting a new city. Let's watch this come to life. Okay, now we're going to get our second micro neighborhood built right next door. The other roads I picked up from the workshop, which I am loving, are these bike roads with these, well, they're regular roads with protected bike lanes, and you have regular two-way traffic and then these one-way, which I'm going to be using as a couplet through a lot of this initial first grid, and it'll make sense later on. I'm very excited for that. But having actual protected bike lanes is really important when looking at bike infrastructure for a city, and just having that separation, not only for safety, but just visual appearance too. I mean, who just wants a little bit of paint on the side of the road? You know, having some trees and a protected barrier in between you and the road just makes for a much more enjoyable experience. As you can see here, I've changed my mind and I changed up the direction of the one-way couplets to make sure that the bike roads are facing inward. I've done that for a specific reason that'll be coming in episode 2. Leave a comment below if you have some guesses on what I'm going to be putting in between those couplets. Okay, on to finishing up this next micro neighborhood. Okay, we've got 2 micro neighborhoods laid out, but we have 0 pedestrian connectivity because we do not have landscaping tools. So until we can get our population up, this is actually going to be a very dysfunctional city. It is very hard to get from one area to the next. It is not well connected. That is the interesting thing about building with the framework of the 15-minute city in City Skylines. When first starting out, you've got to just hold on till you can get those landscaping tools, because until then, this is just a dysfunctional mess. I'm so excited to get to this point. We can delete the roads in the middle. And that's going to be the heart of this little area. I am so excited to design and landscape and detail our square. Community open space. Really important. All right, I'm gonna get the other 2 micro neighborhoods put together and just keep pushing, because this really isn't going to start taking shape until we get our landscaping tools. Okay, and we've reached Little Hamlet. No landscaping tools yet, but guess what? We can take out a loan and we need it. Let's keep pushing. We gotta get to that next milestone. Wow, guys, this is so rewarding. I drew this out on paper ahead of time, so to see this actually turn out is really cool. Once we get those landscaping tools, you will see the full crazy vision I had for this first part of our city, and it will all really make sense. Right now, everyone is so disconnected, and I'm sure people are not happy. The other thing I am so excited about is once we get to that milestone with the landscaping, we can landscape, and that means using the new trees from the DLC. So let's watch this city grow and potentially use some power of YouTube magic and get to the fun stuff. And there we go, Worthy Village. We are one step closer to those landscaping tools. They are within reach. Let's keep going. Okay, one thing that will help our population grow and help us reach that next milestone is getting some services put in. So I am just working on our design for our town square, which will be solely pedestrian focused, of course. And I'm just putting some of our service assets in the middle of our square. And now what I'm going to do is use Traffic Manager. This is going to be such a helpful tool. And we are going to ban everything except service vehicles. So we're going to go around and do that on all of these roads in our town square. Once our city really gets humming, we will see pedestrians walking in the middle of these roads and utilizing them, same with bikes, and it is going to be really satisfying. One of my favorite things in CS is when you build a path and people use it. I don't know why, but it's incredibly satisfying, and that's going to be this entire build. So if you enjoy that, you are in the right place. It's going to be fun. Okay, I'm going to fill these in, and then we are just going to keep pushing till we reach that milestone and get that landscaping. And there we go, tiny town. We have the landscaping. Now the magic can begin. Now you can finally see how my vision in connecting all of these areas is going to come together with pedestrian paths. And the key with anytime you're putting in a pedestrian path, think about, is this going to make someone's trip faster? Is this going to be functional, and or is it going to be a walking path, something recreational? And so it's good to know your intention of your path and how you place it. So by placing that diagonal path through the neighborhood, we're creating a shortcut for everyone to get to the square. And then I'm just going to go around on each of these, and we're connecting up to the square, diagonal through the neighborhood, and then creating paths to our little shopping areas as well. So I'm going to go through and do this, and then we're going to get to the fun part of using the new tool to change out all these trees. Okay, let's break out the magic fairy landscaping dust. Let's pick a tree. Yep. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. Look how easy that is, and how fun is that? Wow. Okay, I'm gonna do this everywhere we lay those paths, and then we can get moving on some like genuine landscaping. I'm so excited. Okay, we are going to be lining all of our paths with fences, and I know this is tedious and time consuming, but if you lived here, you would really appreciate a city or a fence by the city to have some separation between your house and a public walking path. And additionally, we are creating a pedestrian focused city. We want these to be really nice, welcoming paths to walk down, and just having the fence. I mean, look at this. This is so cute. Okay, we are turning around here and focusing on our first little small square next to our large town square. And we are going to start off with an elementary school and a little climbing frame. I'm going to landscape this up, give it lots of love, really make it a beautiful school and a lovely walk to the square. Okay, look at that. How nice would that walk be? Really nice. Okay, so we are going to make an important connection here. This is going to be a pedestrian road, but we need another connection for emergency vehicles, because otherwise, if you're a fire truck, you would have to go all the way on the other side, and that's not going to make anybody happy. So I think it's really important that we make a few key pedestrian road connections for service vehicles. Okay, we got a little bit more to do, and then we will be done detailing our first micro neighborhood. Here we are, micro neighborhood number 2. We are going to be putting in the high school and the basketball court. Again, I'm going to be detailing this entire neighborhood. Additionally, I'm going to be detailing the other 2 micro neighborhoods. So all 4 neighborhoods are going to get detailed today. If landscaping is not your thing, go ahead and skip to the end, check out the finished product, come back next week where we're going to be building our town square and adding in some public transport. I'm so excited. It's going to be really cool. But if you like detailing, stick around. It's going to be really chill and mellow. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll catch you on the other side. A heartfelt thank you to all of you landscaping and detail fans who have hung around to the end of this video. Thank you so much. If you can like or comment or subscribe or share, those things all really help. And I'm just so excited to continue to build this city. I hope you all have a joyful day, and I'll catch you next time.